Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Darren Little here with the Success Vortex, where positivity meets. And guys, today is a really, really interesting story. So you're going to want to get a pen and a paper. You're going to want to take notes for this one. Right now, I have with me one of my students, Paul Gardiner, who has gone through just a miraculous transformation in 30 days. Okay. Now, guys, I'm going to share with you this. These type of transformations, if you apply this formula, if you can surrender your pride, if you can surrender your ego and just be coachable, just go through these very, very simple steps. And I'm telling you, miracles literally will start happening in your life. So this is a great story because we all go through what I call the peaks and the valleys at various different times in our life. And I always tell my students that the most amount of learning actually happens in the valleys, not when you're at the peak. So that's something that you really want to keep in mind on your path towards success. So welcome to the call, Paul.
Thank you, man. Pleasure and honor is all mine. It's always definitely a breakthrough every time that we connect, and I'm delighted to be here.
Fantastic. So, Paul, maybe you can just share with our viewers here today, just give them a little bit of a snapshot about yourself, sort of where you came from, and where were you at in your life prior to going through subconscious mind tapping and having your personal breakthrough?
Well, that's easy, man. Just a long story short, I'm an entrepreneur, a family man, a father, just like many of you watching at home, and you're in business because you want to provide more for your family, and you want to leave a legacy, and you want to impact and change this planet. And I didn't have that purpose. In fact, prior to becoming an entrepreneur, I was just like everybody else, working a 9-to-5, following the 95%. And I lacked awareness of real opportunity. I thought that I was honestly going to be broke the rest of my life. I didn't even know that I could start a business. I didn't even know anything about entrepreneurship 3 years ago. Never picked up a book on the law of attraction or The Secret. And all up until that point, I was a basket case. I was doing crazy things, which got me in trouble, got me thrown in prison multiple times, did all types of drugs that didn't serve me, right? The real man-made drugs, right? Not the labeled drugs, but and I was going on a downward spiral where I felt like I was going to get stuck. And my daughter came into the picture. After having all that fun when you're younger, inevitably, men, you're going to pop those kids, and then you're going to have to take responsibility, right? So I stepped into a fathership position, which I was not prepared for because I lacked the education. I didn't have any business skills, entrepreneurship skills. And I found myself at the peak of my rock bottom where I was thrown in a mental hospital and I was almost homeless, and I was eating ramen noodles, eating peanut butter and drinking water from the sink for months. And I couldn't even take care of my daughter, who was just born. And I knew I had to make a decision. So when I saw entrepreneurship for the first time, like many of you, on the internet, maybe you're watching this type of business or training from home for the first time, I was just like you, just looking for a way out. And I started picking up books, and I started listening to audios, and I started following mentors. And the next thing I know, one thing led to another. I was able to get out of the mental hospital, which I was thrown into because I had a nervous breakdown from all that stress, and at the same time telling people about my dreams, like becoming an internet entrepreneur and getting rich basically on the internet. So everyone thought that I was crazy. So long story short, from that moment, I made a decision to become an entrepreneur, and I committed for the rest of my life that I was never going to depend on any company, any job, anyone to help me make the money that I'm worth and deserve. So I made a commitment to become an entrepreneur full time. I actually quit my job the first 30 days just because I've had like 17 jobs, from busboy to even being a professional mixed martial arts fighter. I never ever made more than $2,000 a month. But I started making more money almost immediately the moment that I just found the right mentors and the right educations and systems. But then I felt like I was stuck, Darren, for a long time. You know, we got to that 5-figure income range and per month range, but we were just stuck. Like, we would never make more than 10 to 15,000 a month. And to some people that might seem like a lot, but when you have bills, you have employees, you have advertising budgets, you have things that come up, travel costs, like 10,000 a month is just like being broke, and the same way that I felt. So I had some success, but it almost like I went backwards by not continuing to invest into myself, by staying stuck. And I could have gotten unstuck a lot sooner had I ran across this particular information. But we were stuck, and then I needed a way out, and I knew that there was something inside me emotionally blocking me. You know, I practiced self-healing for a long time, forgiveness work, where I've tried to really let go of the past completely and forgiven everybody, and I do to this day. But I felt like even that wasn't enough. I started studying all the gurus of the world, the Bob Proctors, the Tony Robbins, and although I did get a lot of insight from them, I felt like there was like a lack of a practical and real sense to get me to where I want to go faster. There wasn't like a blueprint and a proven exercise plan or something that you can actually apply and get results whether you believe it'll happen or not. And there was just like, I felt like I was pushing my foot against the gas pedal and the brakes at the same time, being stuck at 15,000 a month. So I started looking for more information. I knew that there was something inside of me that was stopping me from finding the right information to not just get to the next level, but to also take my business to the next level. And then thank God that I found you, Darren, because as I did that, I knew you from business. I knew you've already made millions of dollars. I knew that you've already given so much value to Kimberly, my business partner and girlfriend. I know you've helped a lot of people that I instantly said, it's a no-brainer. I'm obviously going to learn with what you're saying about subconscious mind tapping. And I thought I knew everything that there was to know about personal development. And that was the problem. That's what I realized was the issue, is that I thought I was already so like grown that I realized that the more you know, the actually more that you don't know. So it's like I opened up my mind to subconscious mind tapping, just looking for more information. I haven't really found anything that really got me to the next level until I actually found this product. And just a long story short, you know, the reason why I decided to make a decision to invest in this product is because I knew that my why and my reasons and my purpose for this planet was bigger than my ego. It was bigger than my circumstances, and it was bigger than anything that could have been happening. I'm here on this planet to have my body used, and that's why I'm in business. I want to facilitate transformations in people's hearts, minds, and spirits, just like Darren is. And because of that, I was inspired to take on your course, which completely changed my life. I don't want to like rant and rave, but I hope I'm going on the right path. Is this okay? Can I keep going? Or
go ahead.
So far? Okay, cool. So, you know, I took the course, you know, and I opened my mind to it. The key for me was when I took it, I decided that I was going to follow everything to the T. And that's really the key. You know, too many times entrepreneurs buy a course or make a decision to buy something on the internet or pull out their credit card and make the decision to buy a product. And oftentimes they don't take action on the product. But luckily, you know, I'm here to tell you just from personal experience, you know, that if you take action on the product and actually follow through on the assignments and don't miss a beat, whether you believe something will happen to you or not, your subconscious mind is going to do it for you, whether you want to think about it or not. And that's what changed. So the transformation from where I was stuck, I knew that I had some energies in me that were keeping me from vibrating at the resonance that I needed to vibrate on in order to pull what I want rather than push away, right? And I knew that there was like a secret feeling and a specific vibration and an awareness that I had to have in order to actually get there, but I just did not know how to get there. So when I tapped into subconscious mind tapping, it was the most powerful training that I've honestly ever been in my life. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars investing into seminars, mentors, buying product after product, clicking on webinar after webinar, pulling out my credit card, buying that product, and still I never was able to truly break through, right? I'm grateful for all the lessons that I learned, but as a foundation, as a cornerstone, as somebody who's looking to get to the next level, like no matter what, you have to have this product. Like it's like a requirement, like a prerequisite. It's like, in my opinion, it's like the elite don't want you to know about this. This is the kind of stuff that like the Illuminati doesn't want the people to know. And I'm one of them as far as the people, because ever since I tapped into this, I'm not going to go into too much detail about like the process, because you can get the product and you'll see for yourself. But the outcome of that, right? The outcome was we were able to unlock 3 times more revenue in 30 days. We had over $40,000 immediately following the subconscious mind tapping. I was able to get the car of my dreams actually on my vision board. I literally thought that it would be like a 2-year, 3-year thing. I was like, okay, this will happen in the future, but I didn't really know when, right? But crazy enough, this training, my subconscious mind, somehow miraculously, magically got the car in 30 days. Of course, with the profits that we generated in our business. In fact, I'm talking to you on our brand new iMac, right? Another thing that I wanted to add to my business. And I'm just grateful for the breakthrough that I've had. And I know that this is going to be a permanent one. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited with so many people that when they realize this is not your typical product, like this is, like you've mentioned earlier, there's Kleenex involved. There's getting rid of your energies that are stuck inside you. Some may even call it demonic energies, and you'll experience that for yourself. You'll see that this isn't something like you've ever seen. This is the most unique, most powerful product that I've come across in the past 3 years after investing like $60,000, $70,000 in mentoring, as far as personal development, as far as higher awareness, and as far as changing your vibration and frequency to the reality that you want. And I believe that's the key to unlocking your true potential and the wealth that you deserve.
Fantastic. So let me ask you this, Paul. When you first started hearing about subconscious mind tapping, what was it that made you want to go through it? Was it personal development? Was it unlocking the keys to success? Was it finding that personal breakthrough that you were looking for? What was it that really got you interested, where you got laser focused and you said, I'm doing this, I'm taking action, and that's it, I'm going for this?
Yeah, I mean, studying the subconscious mind for the past 3 years and studying great leaders like Greg Braden and just learning from all the best as far as your subconscious mind, there was just something still that was missing. There was a formula that was missing. There was a formula for unlocking my own subconscious mind. I knew that because obviously I did not have the results that I wanted. I had to be honest with myself. That's the first thing. I was in a position where I had to look at my business, look at how much revenue I was making, look at what I was doing, and seeing how many people I was actually impacting. And because I didn't like the answers that I gave to those questions, I knew that I needed to seek more information. And I knew that your subconscious mind is responsible for 95% of all the success that you're going to generate, whether people want to believe that or not. For the people that are successful, they know that by now. They know that. So with the whole subconscious mind, what I believe, I read the Bible, and I believe that your subconscious mind is the God inside of you, controlling your life, right? 5% of your conscious mind is controlling your life, and then 95% of your unconscious mind guides and controls your life. So why not use the most powerful control mechanism already there, working in your favor, whether you realize it's working in your good favor or bad favor, it's working for you anyway. So I knew that I needed to unlock the true power of my subconscious mind. I knew that your product was different, and I was definitely drawn into it when you added the Da Vinci Code philosophy behind it as well. Like with the T position, that's really what blew my mind more than anything else, how completely surrendering to your dreams and to a higher power will unlock and unchain yourself from this mental, spiritual chains that is around all of us, whether we realize it or not. There's actual dark energies that we collect over time that get stuck in our bodies, and we have to release those energies and become the love light beings that we are. And that's the only way we'll ever get our vibration high enough to actually attract the things that we want of course, with a practical, pragmatic approach to business, of course, you're watching this video, you're probably a high-end expert, and you already realize that this is more valuable than anything that you have seen, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, so subconscious mind is everything in business.
So let me ask you this: when you started going through the training and hearing about some of these concepts, like, you know, the human condition and quantum physics and the wave particle theory and all these things, what started happening in your own vibration in your body? Did your mind start opening up? Did you go like, holy cow, I didn't even know this other area existed? How did you start to feel? Did you feel that you were energized into action to want to do these steps to move forward to your personal breakthrough? Did you feel that there was this clarity that was lifted? How did it start making you feel when you just started to be open to these new concepts and ideas?
Definitely. I felt like my internal neurons were firing off and more open to receiving. It was like I wasn't fully open to receiving the good that I wanted in my life, even though I was always positive, even though I was always meditating, even though I was always staying in shape, and even though I was always eating healthy. Right? And I felt like this was the missing link to putting it all together. I was following all the rules, reading all the books, listening to the audios, spending all the money on doing whatever it takes. You know, I was doing whatever it takes. I sold 2 cars, got 2 loans to invest into myself and get into this business and do this right. But there was still a missing link, right? And I genuinely believe that the missing link was subconscious mind tapping. And that's really it, man. I mean, for anybody that might be watching this right now, for me personally, as an entrepreneur who realizes that your subconscious mind is in control of your income, your destiny, everything, and if you don't, you might as well unlock the most powerful part of you at the highest level. And I've just never seen it done at the level, even though it's simple, that some people might overlook and it might go over their head. You know, the people that are prideful. But if you're willing to like wear a white belt in this training and put your ego to the side, I genuinely believe that if anybody, it doesn't matter if they're eating pizzas from a dumpster, they can rewire their subconscious mind and kind of like press it on autopilot, and then the universe will aid you to whatever it is that you want to do. So
let me ask you this. I know that you're talking about mentorship and spending 60 or 70 grand there, hundreds of thousands of dollars in products and training, and going to, you've probably been to Anthony Robbins events and T. Harv Eker events and all these sorts of events that, maybe even 3-day, 4-day, 5-day masterminds.
$10,000, $15,000 masterminds. Yeah.
Yeah. How did the ease of going through this product compare to other trainings that you've gone through in the past? Was it easy to take in the information and digest for you and understand it so that you could instantly apply it into your life?
Absolutely. It's definitely, for me, in my opinion, every serious entrepreneur. There's a lot of entrepreneurs out there walking contradictions who say they want to change the planet, but they're afraid to make a decision. Obviously, it's not the people watching this right now, because average people don't watch these type of videos. But the main thing really was the decision to really do this. Was that the question? I kind of got off track for a second.
How does it compare? I know that sometimes people go through, like a 4 or 5 day workshop.
Okay.
And they get all this information in there, and they're writing away and doing all these assignments and all sorts of things. And they don't really understand how all of these things in this Rubik's Cube all fit together to unlock that key, to open up that gateway, to get into that subconscious mind, rewire their brain, and poof, all of a sudden these miraculous things starts happening. How did this, the ease and the simplicity of this, compare to some of the other trainings, seminars, audios, books that you've gone in the past? And what was the difference between the two as far as results?
Yeah, as far as results, I definitely got more results going through your training than I have really spending all that money. Although I do believe that all that money spent led me to this training, so I'm grateful for the training I got. But there's just a difference between like a typical product and like a state-of-the-art, like world-renowned product. That this type of product can really just unlock so many people's subconscious superpowers, that I like to call it. And it's just the most powerful training that I've ever been through. So fundamental, so simple, so easy to overlook, but I don't think it's it's in the simplicity and why it works. And as if you're willing to do it, it'll work. But compared to other trainings, really, it really just should be a foundation for every entrepreneur that wants to impact this planet, that wants to step into their dreams and like actually activate their highest visions and purposes in life. Like for me personally, like I want to create facilities and new learning educational systems for kids that have alternative education. That way they're not subjugated to somebody's personal agenda, so they can be a cog in the wheel of the 9-to-5 system, just because that's just most people's goals and dreams. They're given those goals and dreams by a corporatism. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but that is one of my purposes in life, is to recreate and build a new model to make the old model obsolete. And that's what I want to do. And I know that it requires millions and millions and millions of dollars per month in order to do that. And I'm confident that with just this subconscious mind tapping alone, but even all your other trainings, I don't know if we could talk about Unleash the Alpha Within, but even that training itself, that's the complementary one. I know for a fact that it's going to happen, and it's already happened, and it's done already with that training. It'll lead me there. My subconscious mind will lead me to the point where I will accomplish my highest purpose in life. And I'm just grateful that I had that opportunity to really go through it and really be humble through the process, apply it, and accept the abundance that I deserve.
Fantastic. So when you went to apply this information from subconscious mind tapping, give the viewers an idea, Paul, of what were some of the areas of your life that started to change, and did it work fast, and how fast did it work? What were some of the things that started happening with some of your personal breakthroughs in financial, relationship, health, emotional, career, family? How did that all start to unfold after you went through the training?
I have a quote, and I'll just start off with, it's one of my favorite, and a quote I love, and it's, your faith in God is measured by the confidence you have with yourself. And the one thing that it did for me, it's like a 10x to my confidence. It gave me the knowing that it was already complete, all of what I wanted. And all of a sudden, my relationship started to get better. I started working out. I don't know if you can tell, like, I'm a lot. Look at that. Dang, look at these guns right here. I started being able to match the vision of me being extremely healthy, and I started eating a lot healthier, better food. So obviously my body was more energized, more powered. I actually got the relationship with my mom back that I did not have for like 6 months, because I had a block there because of some childhood BS. Rather than just forgiving her completely, I wasn't able to, but because of the training, I was able to get that relationship back. And I was able to choose a new model of business where I feel I can genuinely help more people. And the clients that I'm working with, like the people that I'm servicing, the people that I'm doing business with, they've never been so grateful ever. They're so excited with the information that I'm sharing with them. And I know it has everything to do with me being clear. So like all of my actions as a result from subconscious mind tapping has been congruent to my highest values in life. So in other words, I've been 110% aligned with the way I'm approaching life, the way that I approach my thoughts, the way that I approach my relationships, and it's happening automatically. That's the beautiful thing. I don't even have to think about any of it. It just happens. And I know that might sound weird to some of you, like, wait, how can that just happen? You'll see when you start getting into the training. You will see. But yeah.
Here's the interesting thing that I tell people, and this is really the fastest way for people to really get this whole concept, right? Because there's things out there in the world that we don't really know how they work. I know that, if you take your blender and you plug it into the wall and you flick a switch, you know that it gets power and the blades turn around and it starts spinning, you can make a shake, right? People put stuff in a microwave and they press 2 minutes, and next thing you know, they got popcorns made. There's radio waves that, how can a car move down a road with an antenna and play music in a car, right? So what I will share with the people that are watching this, there's a lot of things that are going on right now in your life that you don't really even know how they work, but you don't really think about it. You just They're just part of your daily life. What if this is that missing link in personal development for you? What if this is the missing component, that final tweak of the Rubik's Cube to open up that matrix, to open up that gateway of the floodgates to the subconscious mind, which is 95% steering your ship, that got you all aligned, just right where you are completely aligned with your purpose, your vision, your dream, where you are so emotionally connected to it that literally, guys, I'm talking about this stuff. I get goosebumps every time I get on one of these calls. I get goosebumps because I got a bolt of energy that's going right through my body right now and going right out to the electrons. And that's what we cover in this training. Once you understand how you can anchor your body at will, just like on demand, like a switch to flick like that, that's when you're connected to your purpose. That's when the things start happening. That's when all the obstacles, all the roadblocks completely move out of your way. And that's when the miracles start showing up in your life. So, Paul, let me ask you this. Who would you recommend this product to? What kind of a person should go through subconscious mind tapping?
Well, for starters, 7-figure earners looking to go to 9 figures. People who are in business looking to go and hit their outcomes. Honestly, people who want like that quantum leap and go from synthetic time, which is the man-made illusionary time, to the organic time, which is what subconscious mind tapping did. And I realized that I had a quantum leap because the time continuum collapsed in my mind, where time was no longer an issue between me and the goals that I wanted. So I was able to supercharge that process and just get there 10 times faster. So honestly, anybody that's looking to go from point A to point B the fastest. Yeah, because this is like the Ferrari of education, and it's the simplest thing, but you cannot overlook this. And if you're somebody that's watching this right now and you followed me, if you're watching this, maybe we're friends on Facebook as well, I could not say anything else other than phenomenal about subconscious mind tapping. I'm like lost for words. I just can't believe it. It's amazing. So I'm just so pumped up.
So just to do a little bit of recoup or a little snapshot here, because you were hitting 10,000, 15,000. Had you ever been in a situation where in a 30-day period of time that you had a $45,000 month or $6,000 to $10,000 days that were happening? Do you ever have anything like that happen before this?
No, I've been looking to break through. I've been pounding, grinding, wearing the same clothes and underwear for weeks, like many fellow entrepreneurs at home do, to break through sometimes. And I just felt like I just kept doing the same thing, expecting a different result. And I knew that, man, you know what? Like for me, like I'm not afraid of buying stuff. And I think that my inevitable buying led me to this product that I absolutely needed, right? This might be like one of the last investments you might need to make in your overall subconscious reprogramming. This is like as fundamental as it gets. Like this has Da Vinci Code written all over it. And once you go through the training, you'll know what I'm talking about. So every entrepreneur honestly needs this. If you're considering yourself an entrepreneur and you're watching this is a byproduct of what you need. Like you absolutely need this as a foundation in order to elevate yourself to the next level. You might be saying, oh, well, it goes against my beliefs. I'm like, well, maybe your beliefs are the reasons why you're stuck, and it's time to get unstuck. And I'm not kidding. If you go through the training, you apply the principles, you do what Darren tells you exactly without missing a T, and you don't be like all sassy about it. Like you do it no matter what. If you're that type of person that's just a just do it person, you will be having great success. And it's a guarantee. In my opinion, it's a guarantee. Forget what these income disclosures try to say. It's the subconscious mind is God. And if you want God to work in your life, unlock your subconscious mind with subconscious mind tapping.
Fantastic. Guys, you've got Darren Little here with the Success Vortex, where positivity meets. This is a typical type of story that happens with my students. Now, here's what I'm going to share with you. because your biggest challenge that you will experience is surrendering your pride and your ego and not saying these words. Oh, it couldn't work like that. Oh, that'll never work. Why would I even do something so simple? That'll never work. That's what you need to understand. That's part of your human condition. That is your subconscious mind right now working against you because of your own deservability, worthiness, self.
Can I add something to that? Just to throw some more, because people really need to know, if you're watching this now, like we probably got like all the fruitcakes off of this because they already got off anyway. But the real entrepreneurs that are watching this, yeah, Darren mentioned that your subconscious mind will hold you back, but I also know that these energies, you can call them demonic or whatever, they're going to hold you back as well. Like what you're doing is shining a light on the darkness that you maybe don't love with yourself too much. And you're shining a light on these energies' homes. And now if you're about to lose your home, wouldn't you do whatever it takes to stop that person trying to take your home? Yeah. Same thing with these energies inside your body. You're shining a light. So as you vibrate to a new resonance, these energies are not going to want to leave your body, right? You can call them demonic, you can call them intelligent, you can call them whatever, but they're there. You got to realize that, right? The energy is there. Everything is energy. We have stuck energies inside of us. And literally, these things will influence you into believing that you are your thoughts and try to hold you back. So like Darren said, if you want success, put on your white belt. Put your ego to the side and do what this man tells you to do. That's it. That's all I really got to say. So
fantastic. So what I would encourage you to do is this. Click the link below, throw your hat over the wall, get subconscious mind tapping, take action, and I'm telling you, once you go through this, you will never, ever look back. So you've got Darren Little here with the Success Vortex. I look forward to meeting you in person one day, and I look forward to seeing you at the top. Bye for now.